What's going on, y'all, man? It's LA Rich, and we back with another video, man. And look, today we got the one and only Candace Owens. I think Charlie Kirk in this video too. I'm doing a video titled "Candace Owens Destroys Male Feminists." Now, we have a good amount of videos of Charlie. Not that much of Candace Owens, but I've seen a couple of them where they do videos together, and they do a good job at debating together, man. I like how they give each other chances to talk and everything. But I'm excited to get into this video, man. And before we get into it, what I want to say is thank y'all so much for helping me hit 12.3 thousand. We're around 12.4 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and get into this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some more videos to react to. If y'all don't know, these debate type videos are my favorite videos to react to currently. So if you want more of them from different people as well, just let me know in the comments and I'll make sure to do it. But hey, enough of the talking. Let's do it.
Data while you were speaking about the gender pay gap in the UK and the US. So apparently it's 17% in the UK and 19% in the US.
No, it's not.
And it's WEF data. So just look
it
at that
doesn't
right now.
exist.
So maybe
gender
World
pay gap.
Economic from in 2015.
Right.
In
So,
percentage.
happy to talk about this at length.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
so
like,
my question is basically, what do you think are the causes of this?
It doesn't exist.
Well,
Do
no,
you-
there is a cause for it. I'll tell you what it is.
And do you think there should be public measures to tackle it? And yeah, the causes and the public
Fair
reaction.
question.
So
I
what do
get
you
it. I
think?
get it all the time because obviously I'm like the anti-feminist. So people are always like, "How can you deny the gender, the wage gap?" Okay. So when I went to university, all of the girls that I was friends with were majoring in fashion and textiles and merchandising, and they all went off to intern at Vogue. And pick out Prada bags that maybe Kate Moss would wear on the cover of something. The average pay for that, if you want to be in fashion when you get out of school, is $20,000. Men were majoring in business and engineering and things that when you get out of school, you get paid more. If our interests, if we're going to go in and we're not going to be taking serious majors, and we're shocked when we find out the world doesn't need more people to pick out Prada bags for Kate Moss's shoot. I mean, that's not a gender wage gap. That's an interest gap, right? And that's what's happening. Also, women, we have different interests. Women aspire to get married, they aspire to have children. They leave the workforce earlier. Every single one of my girlfriends, what I'm saying is that a person that is a brain surgeon should not get paid the same amount as a person that wants to pick out Prada bags for the rest of her life. I mean, this is what's going on in America. When you look at the wage gap, they're not telling you what the jobs actually are and what women are going into in terms of their majors in university. When you're taking feminist dance class 101, you're not going to make six figures when you go out of university. That's just the truth. And women, if there was a real feminist movement, would talk about that, would say, hey, if you want to make as much as men, maybe we should be majoring in engineering and things like that, but we don't because we have different interests, which is fine. But you then can't complain and think that we should now have a society that forces, what are we going to do? Are we going to have like a government that says now we have to pay women that want to go into fashion six figures to make them feel good and like they're doing things that are productive in society?
This is an amazing point, though, man. I don't feel you can't. From what she said, you can't disagree with this, in my opinion. You get what I'm saying? For somebody who goes into fashion, there's no way you think you should be getting paid the same amount as somebody who is a brain surgeon or somebody just in fields that are like that. No, I think a lot of people forget when it comes to women and everything, or just people in general, that these opportunities are available for you too, that men go into as far as engineering, digital marketing, stuff like that, bro. Those opportunities are literally available for you too. It's almost like people forget that we are in a new age now where all opportunities are available for literally everybody in America. You get what I'm saying, man? So it's a free country.
Like that's not a practical solution. If we want to get serious, if women want to make more than men, they do. It's actually been proven statistically in America that when they go into the same majors and take on the same jobs, women get paid more than men in those particular fields.
So for Google, I'm going to comments on this in a variety of different ways. Google, for example, did a pay equity audit 2 weeks ago.
That was last week.
And Google said we must go after gender-based wage discrimination. Turns out that men were being significantly underpaid at Google, so they dished out $9 million in bonuses to men at Google because women are being overpaid. A couple things. First of all, if you just lazily, as some of the studies that you referenced, not you're being lazy, but the studies are lazy, extrapolate all the women and all the men at a certain age and don't take into account how long they've been in a job, what they studied, their experience prior, the gender wage gap in the States does exist. But if you take in women that study the same stuff as men and are in the workforce at the same time as men, they actually earn 106 cents of the dollar more, meaning 6 cents more than a man does in the States. Candace made a brilliant point. In the States, if you look at the 5 majors that are the highest performing majors and the 5 majors that are 5 lowest performing majors. So roughly the 5 highest performing majors in the United States of America: petroleum engineering, business, finance, things of that nature. They're 80 to 90% more or less dominated by men. There's only one major that are dominated by women, a single out of the 5. If you look at the 5 worst performing, pre-K education, things of that nature, elementary school education, almost 80 to 90% dominated by women because they naturally will make different choices because they're biologically
We're
set
just
up
biologically different. Our interests are different.
Really quick, women are also...
Can I just go back on that? Because I find it's a very interesting point you're making, the interest and the biologically
Yeah, it's backed up by a Cambridge study that was
Can you
actually...
just elaborate on this? Because I would tend to disagree about the biologically part of
There's
the...
a
For
Cambridge
instance,
study
woman,
that states that,
woman, you say the gender gap doesn't exist and that woman would be more inclined to do a fashion degree
Well, no,
rather than a business degree. And
women and men are different. Yes.
I'm going to say some things that you probably hate, an expression you hate, but social construct. And
Well,
it's
no, we have
not.
evidence of this, though. Look at the Scandinavian countries. They tried to get rid of this. They actually allowed teenagers to choose which, do you want to get into STEM fields or not? And the data actually showed that women naturally wanted to go towards, when they tried to make the society totally equitable and they tried to get rid of these gender roles, women still, because of the biological predisposition towards nurturing, women...
We naturally want to nurture.
They go to nursing.
There are definitely studies against that nurturing part. Women are not more inclined to be nurturing.
Absolutely.
110% we are. 110. I mean,
Sweden is the example of it. You're just wrong.
It's just true. It's just true.
But based on what? What studies? Is it true based on what?
There was a study done by Cambridge scientists that demonstrated that men naturally revert to environments that require more structure, such as politics and the professions that he mentioned.
Business and finance.
Women naturally revert to professions such as teaching, which require more empathy and emotion. This is just a natural thing. It's
Like, I don't feel like you even need studies with things like that. And the people that think otherwise about, there's no biological thing that supports, women are more inclined to do this. Man, come on. Just be real with yourself for 1 second, man. Women are more inclined to do jobs like that or go into workforces that don't require what you would say physical labor or more things that involve hard thinking, and you get what I'm saying, man. It's just like, bro, you don't need no studies for that, man. Come on, like, just be real.
Such as teaching, which require more empathy and emotion. This is just a natural thing. It's important not to. It's important not to say that.
And that's not saying it's a terrible thing, but it's literally just a natural thing.
Women should be forced into those roles, but you do have to accept,
That we naturally
that
do.
when you naturally revert to them.
It's just true. I'm just telling you, like, even if you said, I'm telling you, every single woman that I went to university with versus every single man, there's just a difference in terms of the majors that we're picking, and we're not forced to pick certain majors. We just aren't forced to. So what you're seeing is the result of people picking their different interests, right? And unfortunately, the other part of your question was, should we do something in society to even it out? We don't have to do anything in society to even it out.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Do you think there's a biological difference between a man and a woman?
I do believe, indeed, there's a biological difference between man and woman, but when it comes to interest, I do more believe that...
So let me ask you a follow-up. Don't mean to, interrupt rudely, but if we have biological differences, do I have more testosterone than she does?
I think, yes, indeed.
Do you think that testosterone could drive you to do different interests and things?
Well, I could indeed do believe that. The thing is...
So maybe a man might be more likely to be a weightlifter, serve in the army, be a police officer, a firefighter, and a woman who has more estrogen might want to be a nurturer, a preschool teacher. Do you see how
But
biology?
Yeah.
I have another question. Do you think it's
And there's
desirable
nothing wrong with that.
for the society, this kind of
Of course.
this?
I love
Of
it.
course.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love the yin and the yang. I think men and women are symbiotic. It's beautiful. It's biblical, and it's something that we should stop trying to actively work to force and destroy at a certain point. I love it. And I did a podcast. I was interviewing John Voight, who you guys might know. He's Angelina Jolie's father, and he was talking about this like biblical, beautiful thing that our society is currently trying to destroy. And he said the thing that I see over and over again in my life, and it's nice because he's 80 years old now, so they have that wisdom when they get old. And he said women just know what to do when they have children. He's like, they just know. It's so innate. When you see a woman with a child, it's just the most beautiful thing. He goes, you get men around there, they don't know what they're doing. And every single one of my girlfriends that now has children says the same thing, that it's easier when the man just leaves the house because it's like they have another child, right? And that's beautiful, right? And feminists make you think that there's something wrong with that. Like, make him do this and do that. And it's like, yes, there are certain things that we innately know how to do. And when I see a child, I instantly know how to take care of them. That's just something that's innate and it's biological. And maybe I don't have the data and the facts to describe to you that I can prove that this is a thing, but it is. It just is a thing. And I don't know why society wants to destroy that or force it in a different way and make men the people that are innate and know what to do when they see children. There's something really beautiful and spiritual about that should never be disrupted.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, man, that's a pretty good debate right there, bro. You know, I like that the guy was actually respectful. But yeah, the whole points of it, you know, about with feminism and everything, bro, we are living in a time where you have an equal opportunity with completely everything, man, no matter your gender, race, anything. So there isn't really anything you can say. I mean, put it like police officers. I see women police officers. I see what I don't see a lot is women construction workers, and that isn't something where it's like they're just not choosing them. I mean, women just aren't going into that field. You get what I'm saying? Candace didn't destroy him. She taught him. And no screaming, no shouting. This is proper discourse. I don't agree with him, but he speaks respectfully and listens to answers. If only more people were like that, I respect him. Yeah, he was very polite, man. Look how she wasn't condescending to him and he handled himself in a respectful manner. It would be better if more discussions could go this way. Right, I like how he handled that whole discussion, man. But hey, thank y'all so much for helping me hit 3,000 subscribers. We're on the 12.4 now. I appreciate y'all so much for all the love and support y'all show me every single day. It truly means the most to me. Nonetheless, that's going to close out the video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's LA Rich, and I'm getting up out of here. All right, y'all.
I just got the race, I boosted up, but I'm not real. Shooter ready, go there, ready, blaze, they hit up everyone. Every time I did a give a shit, I still ain't number one. And my pockets filled with money, bitch, like fucking.